Well, did anyone wish you a happy Marie-Therese CoinCoin Day last weekend? No? Well, it's an annual event going on near the Cane River National Heritage Area, and it happened last Saturday. The day is designed to celebrate the life of quite a woman. Marie-Therese CoinCoin was a freed slave that would go on to become a landowner, businesswoman, nurse, even a hunter and a tobacco grower. LPB caught this special day from Isle Breville. On a windy and overcast Saturday afternoon, people were gathered for a little celebration at the over 200-year-old Baden Rock House to celebrate the life of Marie-Therese CoinCoin. There are no pictures or paintings of her image, but there were a few of the ladies who represented her in spirit. Marie-Therese CoinCoin is the matriarch of the Metoyer family, which is the backbone to the rich Creole population that winds its way up and down the Cane River in the community of Isle Breville. It's located about 20 miles south of Natchitoches. Marie-Therese CoinCoin was born in 1742 at the Louisiana French Fort St. John Baptiste. Her parents were enslaved by the post commander and founder of Natchitoches, Louis Jachenot de Saint-Denis. Born into slavery, Marie would be freed and would eventually become a respected businesswoman, landowner, farmer, hunter, and even a nurse. Marie had 10 children with a French merchant named Claude Thomas Pierre Metoyer. Claude purchased Marie from the daughter of Saint-Denis as her housekeeper. The two never married, but Thomas would give Marie her freedom. Marie and her descendants established a historical community of Creoles of color along the Cane River. Betty Metoyer Rock is a seventh-generation descendant of Marie. She plays the matriarch of her family to a captive audience.
Most of my life had been spent as a house servant. I had remained sheltered, protected, and provided for by Metoyer. Overnight, I was given a tract of land with the sole responsibility of its success or failure. It was not an easy transition. I've known of other slaves who were freed and given tracts of land upon which they lived and died in poverty. However, I was determined to succeed where others had failed.
Kelly Jackson is the founder of the Resurrection Fern Foundation and hosted the 4th annual celebration of the life and times of Marie-Therese CoinCoin. Kelly discovered her Cane River roots when she was living in California. She moved to Louisiana just a few years ago.
You know, I always have two words. It's her strength and her courage. You know, the courage to come out of slavery and into freedom, that's got to be a scary place. You always have to be a scary place when now your man has now moved on with another woman to marry, and now you're a single parent with 10 children. That takes a lot of courage and strength to have your own farm where you're doing tobacco, indigo, which are very difficult crops, you know, and you're importing and exporting. But, you know, killing bears and getting their hide and the oil, I mean, that type of strength and that type of courage, not only from slavery to freedom, but into developing and accomplishing all that she did.
Other descendants that participated in this afternoon of remembrance included Thomas Rock, who is with the St. Augustine Historical Society.
This building that I'm standing beside was the first convent, you know, built here, one of its own, one of a kind, left in this country. The church, St. Augustine Church, was founded by their son, Augustine, named after him. You know, Augustine, of course, it was St. Augustine, but St. Augustine Catholic Church. And, you know, to hear stories of when he and his father would go to France, they brought all of those ideas from France. For example, in France, the center of every community was a Catholic church. So what did? They came back to America and donated the land, built a church, a chapel for the Metoyers, and then, of course, it grew into a mission from Natchitoches, and then in later years, in late 1800s, it became a parish, and it's still surviving today.
Dr. Pete Gregory is a professor at Northwestern State University and is president of the Creole Heritage Center at NSU.
She had 5 children of her own when she was still a slave, and she had 10 children by him. And all of those people have married other Creoles. So this is kind of the nucleus of the Creole community in the whole state. So they reach far out into South Louisiana. This is kind of the traditional heartland of Creoles of color. Other people occupied her same status as a placée, but it didn't turn into a family. And then, since they were not married by the church, when the Spanish took over, the Spanish church was very conservative, much more so than the French church, I think. And so the family broke up, and Claude Thomas Pierre married in the church, raised another family. So he raised two families here, and she raised the other family by herself. So if you're a feminist and you're looking for a role model, she's a pretty important lady.
Just a closer walk with thee. Granted, Jesus is my plea.
This is what we call God's country. This is our heaven on earth. I mean, when I came to Cane River the first time, I was enchanted. I was like, this is an amazing place. I actually took some of the dirt home and a little piece of cotton and a pecan. And I would go home and I would just touch the dirt in Los Angeles. So once you know the people, we love to eat, drink, and be merry. And it's so peaceful and genuine here. And when you look out, it's just so beautiful. It's worth it.
It means that I am the heir of Claude Pierre Thomas Matoyer and Marie Therese CoinCoin, who I consider the founders of this Cane River Creole community, and I'm one of the heirs. And that means that's significant to me in that the values, the culture, the faith that they brought to this land, I'm still carrying on today.
Let it be, dear Lord, let it be.
If you want some very good information online to find out more, go to the National Park Service's webpage on the Cane River National Heritage Area at nps.gov/CRHA. You can also check out the Resurrection Fern Society at resurrectionfern.org.